Hi children, welcome to today's social science class. In this video, I'm going to explain about politics third chapter named How the State Government Works. Last year, we discussed the fact that government works at three levels: local, state, and national. And looked at the works of local government in some detail. In this chapter, we examine the work of the government at the state level. How does this take place in a democracy? What is the role of a member of the Legislative Assembly, MLA, and minister? How do people express their views or demand action from government? Who is an MLA? You may be familiar with some official names such as collector, medical officer, etc. But have you heard of an MLA and the Legislative Assembly? Do you know the MLA of your area? Can you identify which party she or he belongs to? Members of the Legislative Assembly, MLAs are elected by the people. Then they become members of the Legislative Assembly and also form the government. In this way, we say that MLAs represent people. Every state in India has a legislative assembly. Each state is divided into different areas or constituencies. For example, look at the map below. It shows that the state of Himachal Pradesh is divided into 68 assembly constituencies. From each constituency, the people elect one representative who they become a member of the Legislative Assembly, MLA. You would have noticed that people stand for election in the name of different parties. These MLAs therefore belong to different political parties. Children, here I am giving the map of Kerala. In Kerala is also divided into 140 constituencies, and each constituencies one person is elected. Like that, 140 MLAs are elected by the people. This election is happening based on political parties. Each political party appoint a candidates, and from the election is happening, people cast their vote. Through that election, one member is elected from each constituency. Like that, from the Kerala, 140 members are elected from different constituencies, and they form the state legislative assembly. State legislative assembly. How do people who are MLAs become ministers or chief minister? A political party whose MLA have won more than half the number of constituencies in a state can be said to be in a majority. The political party that has the majority is called the ruling party, and all other members are called the opposition. For example, the Legislative Assembly of the state of Himachal Pradesh has 68 MLA constituencies. Candidates from various political parties won the 2017 assembly elections and become MLAs. Since the total number of MLAs in the Legislative Assembly is 68, a political party would have needed to have more than 34 MLAs in order to gain a majority. The Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, with 44 MLAs had the majority and it became the ruling party. All other MLAs become the opposition. In this case, the International Congress, INC was the major opposition party since it had the largest number of MLAs after the BJP. Among the opposition were other parties, including those who had been elected as independent candidates. After the election, After the elections, the MLAs belonging to the ruling party will elect their leader who will become the chief minister. In this case, the BJP MLAs choose Sri Jairam Thakur as their leader and he become the chief minister. The chief minister then select other people as ministers. After the elections, it is the governor of the state who appoints the chief minister and other ministers. The chief minister and other ministers have the responsibility of running various government departments or ministries. They have separate offices. A legislative assembly is a place where all MLAs, whether from the ruling party or from the opposition, meet to discuss various things. Hence, some MLAs have dual responsibilities. Once as an MLA and other as a minister. Okay, I'm going to wind up this video. Now you have to read this portion many times and underline important points and do given works also. Thank you. Thank you to listening my class.